The TV series Law and Order left a lasting impression on fans with its thrilling cases and talented cast, but behind the glitz and glamour of the screen lie real-life tragedies that will send shivers down your spine. Jerry Orbach succumbed to cancer after 273 episodes. Richard Belzer survived the abuse and horrific live-action strangulation of Hulk Hogan, and many other actors faced similar challenges. What really happened to these stars? Let's explore the truth and celebrate the legacy they left behind. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Jerry Orbach as Detective Lenny Briscoe. Jerry Orbach was born on October 20, 1935. When he joined the series Law and Order in 1992 at the age of 57, he embodied Lenny Briscoe, a veteran detective of the New York City Police Department, sharp-witted and burdened with the personal pain of a man who had experienced profound personal tragedies. His role not only showcased the resilience of a police officer facing the dark underbelly of New York City, but also became an iconic portrayal of the crime drama genre, beloved by fans worldwide. Behind that glamour, Orbach's married life also experienced its own private struggles. He first married Marta Kuro in 1958. In the early years, they seemed to have built a happy family, especially with the birth of their two sons, Anthony and Christopher. But as Orbach's fame peaked on Broadway, with his outstanding roles in Promises, and Chicago, the increasing pressure began to have negative effects. Endless touring and long, lonely nights drove Jerry and Marta apart. Their marriage ended in 1975, leaving him with deep regret, knowing that his passion for the stage, however unintentional, had hurt those he loved most. After that painful chapter, Orbach found peace with Elaine Cancilla, a dancer he met while performing in Chicago. Elaine not only became his wife, but also his steadfast companion through the most difficult times. But tragedy struck just 2 years after their wedding when Orbach was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Instead of giving up, he chose to keep his illness a secret, continuing to work tirelessly on film sets. In his final years, Orbach underwent relentless radiation and chemotherapy treatments. True to his self-respect, he concealed his frailty from the public, silently enduring the pain. He passed away on December 28, 2004, after more than a decade of courageous struggle. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at around $10 million, a testament to a lifetime of dedication to the arts. Richard Belzer as Detective John Munch. Richard Belzer was born on August 4, 1944. When he took on the role of Detective John Munch in the 1993 film Homicide, Life on the Street. At the age of 49, he breathed life into the image of a sharp, satirical investigator with psychological depth. This role quickly became iconic in the world of American crime television. Tragedy and suffering constantly plagued Belzer's life. As a child, he coped by making jokes to soothe his abusive mother. That traumatic experience shaped his distinctive, dark, satirical style of humor. His personal pain culminated in the suicides of both his father and brother, leaving deep emotional wounds that would never fully heal. In 1985, at the height of his career, Belzer suffered a horrific accident on live television when Hulk Hogan choked him, causing him to hit his head on the studio floor. Although he survived and received substantial compensation, the memory of that trauma haunted him forever. Belzer's married life was fraught with ups and downs. He married 3 times. His first 2 marriages, to Gail Susan Ross and Dahlia Danach, both ended quickly, leaving him heartbroken. 1981 was a turning point when he met Harley McBride, a veteran actress with 2 daughters. With Harley, Belzer finally found the understanding, comfort, and family he had longed for. Their marriage lasted until the end of his life, a rare anchor amidst a life full of turmoil. In 1983, he battled testicular cancer and overcame it with his characteristic resilience and sense of humor. In his final years, Belzer lived quietly in his home in Beaujeu, France, which he jokingly called Chez Hogan, a sarcastic reference to the near-fatal accident. Richard Belzer passed away on February 19, 2023, at the age of 78, due to respiratory complications. He left behind an estimated estate of $16 million, the result of a life dedicated to acting, comedy, writing, and a relentless battle against the dark sides of fate. Stephen Hill as Prosecutor Adam Schiff. Stephen Hill was born on February 24, 1922, joining the Law and Order series in 1990 at the age of 68. He brilliantly portrayed Prosecutor Adam Schiff, a seasoned, cautious, and principled prosecutor who strived to uphold justice amidst the political and social complexities of New York. Hill's performance earned him the respect of audiences and set the standard for prosecutor roles on television, marked by insightful legal arguments and profound moral reflections. Hill's personal life also presented its own challenges. He married Selma Stern in 1951, and they had 4 children before divorcing in 1964. Balancing a thriving career with fatherly responsibilities was not easy, and it was a constant source of worry for Hill. In 1967, he remarried Rachel Schenker, who had been by his side during the quieter years of his life. They had 5 children together, and Hill is remembered as a devoted father. Although raising a large family in the turbulent world of entertainment certainly came with pressures and stresses. Behind the spotlight, Hill struggled with enduring personal difficulties. Strict adherence to Jewish law cost him many important career opportunities, including the role of Dan Briggs in Mission Impossible, which he had to give up because he refused to work on the Sabbath. This led to conflicts with the producers and his eventual exclusion from the role. At times, Hill endured long periods of unemployment, withdrawing from the entertainment industry for a decade to focus on real estate and find peace through his faith. Stephen Hill passed away on August 23, 2016, at the age of 94 due to age-related illness and cancer. He left behind an estimated $8 million estate, the culmination of a lifetime dedicated to the arts and, above all, the profound respect of his colleagues and the millions of viewers who followed him on television. Paul Sorvino as Sergeant Phil Serrata. Paul Sorvino was born on April 13, 1939. When he joined the Law and Order series in 1991 at the age of 52, he played Sergeant Phil Serrata, a principled, calm, and experienced officer. Serrata brought a balance between reason and emotion to the investigative team and demonstrated the qualities of a leader who always strives to uphold justice in every case. Sorvino portrayed this character as a model of integrity, a stark contrast to the famous gangster roles he had played in other films. Sorvino's personal life has also been full of emotional upheavals and challenges. His first marriage to Lorraine Davis produced 3 children, including the famous actress Mira Sorvino. The marriage ended in divorce, leaving him with silent pain, especially as he had to juggle fatherhood with career stability. At that time, despite work pressure and family responsibilities, Sorvino continued to deliver compelling performances, including his portrayal of mafia boss Eddie Valentine in the 1991 film The Rocketeer. Sorvino was known for his outspokenness, particularly in defending his family's honor. In 2018, he drew public attention when he expressed outrage over allegations that Harvey Weinstein had harassed his daughter, Mira Sorvino. He boldly declared that if he had known sooner, he would have made Weinstein limp. This fierce defense not only reflected his love for his daughter, but also the intense pride of a father who had played many edgy characters on screen. In his final years, Sorvino remained active in the arts, including the 2022 film The Ride, his last film project with his wife Dee Dee, marking the culmination of a brilliant career. Paul Sorvino passed away of natural causes on July 25, 2022, at the age of 83. His net worth at the time was estimated at approximately $10 million, the result of decades of tireless dedication to the arts, leaving behind a rich cultural legacy. He embodied Prosecutor Arthur Branch, a seasoned prosecutor whose demeanor reflected real-life political battles and courtroom experience. Thompson impressed audiences with his portrayal of a decisive, principled, and shrewd character, delivering authentic dialogue with an authoritative yet approachable style, true to his own personality. Thompson's personal life has been quite turbulent. He married his first wife, Sarah Elizabeth Lindsay, at the age of 17, and together they raised 3 children during difficult years when he worked hard while attending college to provide for his family. After more than 2 decades, the marriage ended in 1985, leaving many with regrets. Years later, with his career firmly established, he found happiness with Jerry Kane, a much younger woman, and they had 2 children, Hayden and Samuel. Although he sometimes joked that Jerry was his decorative wife, and she was truly his steadfast companion in his final years as he faced illness and political challenges. The greatest sorrow in Fred Thompson's life was the death of his eldest daughter, Elizabeth, in 2002. That loss, which occurred just before he left the Senate, is believed to have been part of the reason for his withdrawal from high-level politics. The tragedy profoundly affected him, shaping his choice of roles, often portraying strong yet compassionate characters, reflecting his desire to protect family values and justice. Beyond acting, Thompson faced criticism and pressure, particularly during the 2008 presidential campaign when he was perceived as too relaxed, raising doubts about his resolve. A diligent worker, lawyer, senator, actor, broadcaster, and commentator, he worked tirelessly, especially during his long battle with lymphoma. Fred Thompson died on November 1, 2015, at the age of 73 after a recurrence of cancer. His net worth was estimated at approximately $8 million, earned from a lifetime of dedication to law, politics, and the arts. James Rebhorn as defense attorney Charles Garnett. James Rebhorn was born on September 1, 1948, joining the 1990 series Law and Order at age 42. He played defense attorney Charles Garnett, a character distinguished by his intelligence, precision, and integrity in the courtroom. Rebhorn brought a sense of authority and moral clarity to his role, embodying the powerful persona he frequently portrayed throughout his career. Rebhorn's life was not without its share of tragedies. Beginning in 1992, he quietly battled a malignant skin cancer that lasted for over 2 decades. Throughout this difficult time, he continued to act in numerous projects, including notable roles such as Reese Hughes in White Collar, 2009 to 2013, and Frank Matheson in Homeland, 2011 to 2013, demonstrating remarkable determination and a deep passion for his art. Even as his health declined, he never faltered in his work, remaining a respected and dedicated supporting actor. His marriage to Rebecca Lynn brought him a simple and happy family life with 2 daughters, his greatest pride and motivation. Those who knew him spoke of Rebhorn as a loving father and husband who deeply valued his family. In his final days, Rebhorn wrote his own obituary, a moving letter expressing gratitude, reflecting the peace he found and the love he held for his family and colleagues. James Rebhorn died on March 21, 2014, at the age of 65. His net worth was estimated at approximately $4 million, earned from hundreds of memorable supporting roles. She played Judge Elizabeth Mizner, a character with an authoritative, decisive, and powerful demeanor. On screen, Mizner embodied uncompromising justice, and Cohen successfully portrayed a sharp and fair judge presiding over tense court proceedings. Around the same time, she also captivated audiences with her role as Magda in the TV series Sex and the City, 2000 to 2004, bringing warmth and humor that contrasted with Mizner's seriousness. Cohen's life was not without its difficulties. She suffered a profound loss when her first husband, Gilbert Frazen, died just 3 years after their marriage. That pain forged in her a resilience that helped her overcome the challenges of a late-blooming acting career, especially as she faced the competitive pressures of the film industry in her middle age. However, Cohen persevered, conquering Broadway, off-Broadway, television, and film with memorable roles such as Golda Meir in Munich, 2005, and Mags in The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, 2013. Her second marriage to Ronald Theodore Cohen in 1964 provided her with lasting stability, which lasted for over half a century until her death. Together, they raised 1 child, and she found joy in her 2 grandchildren, who were a source of strength throughout her career. Lynn Cohen was beloved by her colleagues and audiences for her dedication to her art and her humble, graceful demeanor. Lynn Cohen passed away on February 14, 2020, at the age of 86. Her estimated net worth is around $3 million, the result of a lifetime of dedication to stage, television, and film. Ned Eisenberg as defense attorney, Roger Kressler. He played defense attorney Roger Kressler, a sharp, intelligent, and strategic character. With his aggressive courtroom style, Kressler was a formidable opponent to the prosecutors, delivering intense legal confrontations that highlighted the complexities of the justice system. In real life, Eisenberg lived a quieter existence but also faced many sorrows. In the last 2 years of his life, he battled 2 rare types of cancer, bile duct cancer and eye cancer, largely in silence. Despite his declining health, Eisenberg continued to work, both to nurture his passion for art and to ensure his family's health care. During this time, he appeared in the film Mayor of Easttown, 2021, a testament to his extraordinary resilience and dedication to his profession, even as his illness worsened. His marriage to actress Patricia Dunnock provided him with a simple but loving home, along with their son. Although he rarely spoke about his private life publicly, friends and colleagues knew him as someone who always put family first, even sacrificing his health to continue working in his final days. This is the image of a steadfast and dedicated man, not only to his roles but also to the people he loved. Ned Eisenberg passed away on February 27, 2022, at the age of 65. His net worth was estimated at around $5 million, accumulated from decades of hard work and memorable supporting roles. As Detective Joe Fontana, a confident, suave, and powerful character, Fontana is more than just a dedicated police officer. He stood out in the series thanks to his expensive suits and calm, confident demeanor. This role was a perfect fit for Farina, as his 18 years of experience at the Chicago Police Department brought authentic depth to the portrayal of a veteran detective facing the most challenging cases in New York. Farina's personal life was also not without its ups and downs. He married Patricia Farina in 1970, and their decade-long marriage produced 3 sons. After their divorce in 1980, Farina lived with her longtime partner Marianne Cahill for decades, a strong relationship despite never being married. Balancing single fatherhood, a long-term relationship, a police job, and a burgeoning acting career was no easy feat. During this period, he made his mark with outstanding performances in Midnight Run 1988 and Get Shorty 1995, forever associating him with the image of a sharp, charismatic, and powerful man. Behind that charm and success, Farina also faced his own troubles. In 2008, he was arrested at LAX airport for carrying an unregistered firearm. He claimed he'd forgotten it in his pocket, but the incident resulted in a suspended sentence and a stain on his record. A minor stumble in a life lived on both sides of the law, from police officer to actor. Nevertheless, he retained his appeal with roles in films like You Kill Me, 2007, which combined humor with the edgy style characteristic of the underworld. She played Judge Margaret Berry, a sharp, principled, and formidable character. With her firm voice and sharp gaze, Belak convincingly portrayed a tough but fair judge, bringing authenticity to the courtroom scenes that characterized the series. At the same time, she also made her mark playing the powerful mayor in All My Children and the casting director in Tootsie 1982, a film that brought her widespread recognition. In real life, Belak enjoys a long and happy marriage to producer Philip Rose, having spent 65 years together. They had no children but were considered a model couple in an industry known for its volatility. Her husband's death in May 2011 was a huge shock, occurring just months before her own and leaving a deep void in the hearts of those who admired them. Belak's career was also not without its challenges. She often spoke about the difficulty of balancing her passion for the stage with the demanding requirements of television, especially as she got older. However, she remained respected by her colleagues for her professionalism, dedication, and unwavering spirit in the face of adversity. Her versatility shone through in films such as What About Bob 1991, and Naked Gun 33, 130 Yeah, The Final Insult, 1994. Doris Belak passed away on October 4, 2011, in New York at the age of 85. Her net worth was estimated at approximately $2 million. Earned over decades of tireless work in theater, television, and film,